But then you have agape love. Now let me give you the technical definition, and then I'll explain it in layman's terms. Technically, agape love is defined as a sober, rational love which consciously chooses to place a high value upon a person, producing an appropriate corresponding action. But here's what I want you to notice. Agape love is not a feeling. It is a conscious decision to love in word and deed. It's not based on emotion. It's not based on feelings. It is a choice, a conscious choice. It is a decision, a conscious decision. So let me explain what agape love is in layman's terms. Agape love is a choice. It's a decision to behave in a certain way. Did you hear that? Write that down. All right? It's too important to forget. So I'm going to say it again, and I want you to write it down. Agape love is a choice. It's a decision to behave in a certain way, and it has nothing to do with feelings. That's why Jesus could command us to love our enemies and expect us to do it. Some of you come to my office and you say, Pastor Allen, God said we're supposed to love our enemies. I hate that person. How in the world am I supposed to love them? Whoa. You don't understand the concept of love from a biblical perspective. When he said you're to love your enemies, he used the word agape. It is not a feeling. It is not emotions. It is a conscious decision and choice to behave in a certain way. You see, the type of love that Jesus wants us to have for our enemies has nothing to do with feelings. Instead, it's a choice to behave in a certain way towards them. In fact, let me show you something interesting. Okay, do I have time to do this? Let's go through this fast. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is a great description of what agape love is. So go ahead and turn there if you don't mind, and let's read verses 4 through 8. Love is patient, love is kind, is not jealous, love does not brag, is not arrogant, does not act unbecomingly, does not seek itself, does not provoke, does not take into account a wrong suffered, does not rejoice in the righteous, but rejoices with the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, love never fails. Now I want you to notice, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 isn't describing how agape love feels. It doesn't say, agape love warms the heart. It makes your heart flutter and your toes tingle. It gives you butterflies in your stomach. It makes you excited to see the person you love. And it makes you sad to say goodbye. No, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 does not say that. Why? Because agape love is not a feeling. It's a choice to behave in a certain way. In fact, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, describing agape love, has nothing to do with feelings. It only deals with your behavior. In other words, it's describing the way agape love behaves. Now, let me read those verses in everyday language. Agape love doesn't make me feel patient. I'm running out of patience. It makes me act patiently. Agape love doesn't make me feel kind. It makes me act kind. It makes me act kind even when I don't feel like it. Agape love doesn't act jealousy. It doesn't brag. It doesn't act arrogantly. Agape love doesn't act rude. It doesn't step on others. It doesn't get mad. It doesn't keep score. Agape love protects others. It chooses to trust others. It perseveres. It never gives up on a person. So let me say that again. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is not describing the way agape love makes you feel. It's describing the way that it makes you behave. Why? Because agape love has nothing to do with feelings. It has to do with the way you behave. It is a choice. It is a decision to behave towards others the way that God behaves towards us, and the way 1 Corinthians 13 is describing. Now, people, let's apply this to everyday life. Because agape love is a choice, it's a decision to behave in a certain way, and it has nothing to do with feelings. I don't have to like someone in order to love them. Did you catch that? According to the definition of agape love, I don't have to like someone in order to love them. I don't have to like you in order to behave in a loving way towards you.